Hi everyone, my name is Ella, and I'm going to be sharing my story of me and how I got to be in the Primary Plus program here at Pitt. So I was born in Pittsburgh and I grew up in Plum, Pennsylvania, which isn't too far from campus, as you can see. And I lived here until I was about 3 years old. This is a picture of me and my parents and my first dog in our house. I don't really remember too much about living there, but it definitely seemed like a nice little place. So yeah. And then when I was 3, we actually moved to Cranberry Township. Um, and I had a pretty nice childhood. I have a little sister, as you can see, and I always grew up with dogs, and some other animals in the house. And this is definitely like the first place I would say that science really was incorporated into my life. As you can see here in this picture, I don't really know if you can see, but I grew up like always being outdoors, and this is like a pumpkin patch that we used to go to every fall. My mom loved to take us outside, take us to the playground, just kind of like play outside with our dogs or our neighbors or anything like that. If we had friends over, it was always like you have to go outside first before you do anything else. And I think that really influenced me because now I am somebody who loves to be outside. I love long distance running and like going for walks. I like to hike if I can find something decent to hike. My mom and I love to go kayaking together. I love the beach and just like, again, just being outside. I love to walk my dogs and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is definitely the first time that science was really like a big part of my life, as well as in the actual city of Pittsburgh. We used to come down to the city all the time to go to like the aviary or the conservatory. Um, or to just like hang out in some of the parks and stuff down here. And as you can see, we were huge Steeler fans. We used to go to the games all the time. And we would sometimes go to baseball games and stuff like that just to hang out and be outside together. So, yeah. And then from there, I would say the next big place or like big part of my life was actually Erie, PA. It's where my dad grew up and where my grandma lived for a lot of my life. So we would go up there all the time to visit her. I don't have a ton of pictures from there specifically, but she used to take us outside all the time to like play in the snow. And we would always go up in the winter. Or we actually had a soccer tournament every year up there that we would go up for. And yeah, we would just like explore kind of where my dad grew up, which was always really cool. And then on the other side of that is actually where my mom grew up, which is Nashua, New Hampshire. My grandparents do actually still live there. And they are both very outdoorsy people as well, which I think has definitely influenced me in a big way. My grandpa is a runner himself, so he definitely passed that love of running on to me. And then my grandma loves to garden, so she has a huge garden in the spring and summer when she can, remember to take care of it. But she has tons of like beautiful flowers, and she even grows some vegetables here and there. And then we always gone up there and they have like some favorite beaches that they'll take us to if it's nice out and um, they don't live too far from Boston. I don't really know if you can see it too well in here. That's okay. They don't live too far from Boston, so it's kind of nice to be able to head up there. And there's tons of like walking tours of Boston that we've done, or like I do have like a memory of going up for Thanksgiving once and going to a butterfly garden, which was really cool. Um, so yeah, that's been a big part of my life as well. The next place that I would say has been a huge part of my life is actually Letchworth State Park. It's in upstate New York, about 2 hours outside of Buffalo. We used to go camping there pretty much every other summer. We do still try to do that, but my sister and I are both older now, so our schedules are a little bit different. But there, I took this picture actually. They have like these gorgeous waterfalls, and things like that up there. It's a big state park, like I said, so there's tons of things to do. There's all kinds of trails and stuff to like bike down or just walk through and stuff like that. So it's gorgeous and there's always wildlife running around, which is really cool. And it's like you can't really use technology there, just because of like signals and stuff. So we used to go up, or we would go up for like a whole week, and it's kind of nice to just get away from technology and everything and just kind of appreciate the nature around you. So I would say that's a big spot where science has been a big part of my life. The next place that's like really meaningful to me is Hawaii. My dad's brother and his whole family live there. So we've been there twice now, and we go to the beaches and a bunch of like the state parks. We've been to the actual Dole plantation, which was really cool. And we got to like see the whole process behind the products that that company makes. And took home like fresh pineapple, which was really awesome. And then we've done like we hiked some of the bigger mountains and volcanoes there, like Diamond Head and stuff like that. So it's really cool to like be there and just kind of see all this like these like beautiful places. And also Hawaii, they're like really they really care about the environment and just keeping like the beaches and the parks there clean and free of litter and everything. Like there's signs everywhere and there's actually like educational um information and like people who will talk to you about it, which is really cool. And I think that's like a big part of like just trying to figure that whole thing out, like how we can help the environment and stuff is like just being educated. And it's kind of nice that they have like specific people there to do that. But yeah, that's definitely been a big part of my life. This is a picture of when we went the last time, which was December 2023, I believe. And that's like just that beach was so beautiful. And we actually had like sea turtles popping up right next to us, which was really awesome. Um, so yeah. So we'll come back to Pennsylvania actually. Penn State is where I did my undergrad education. I do actually have a degree in biology, so I guess you could say that science influenced my life there as well. I was originally looking into pediatrics in the medical field. However, I kind of decided probably halfway through my junior year that that was not what I wanted to do anymore. But I knew I always loved working with kids and so I kind of started looking for teacher prep programs instead, after some like discussions with family and friends and stuff like that. So yeah, Penn State was obviously a huge part of my life. My dad went there, so it's been a big part of my life forever. And I'm definitely grateful for the time that I had there. And then this is me and my roommates at a football game there. And then another thing that led into my choice to go into a teacher prep program, and as well as a place where science has influenced my life, is my summer camp job. It's in Gibsonia. I work with kids finishing first grade, and I've been working there for about 4 years, and it is truly the best job I've ever had. I get to just be outside all day and hang out with kids and play games and stuff like that. So it's an awesome job, and it's definitely a huge part of the reason that I decided to become a teacher, even though I wasn't necessarily in elementary ed before. But I'm definitely really excited that I'm going to get to continue to do something that I enjoy. And then this is just a picture of me and my coworkers, my fellow head counselors from this past summer. Um, and then, yeah, that's kind of just what led me to Pitt. When I started looking into teacher prep programs and found the Primary Plus program, I thought it sounded like a great program to be a part of and definitely a great fit for me. And it's not too far from where I live in Cranberry Township, which is great. So I get to like visit my family and stuff all the time. So I'm really excited about that. And then I am actually placed at Beechwood Elementary, so not too far from here. I am in a kindergarten classroom on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, and a fourth grade classroom on Wednesdays. And so far it's going great. So yeah, that's the story of me, and I'm really looking forward to this semester and learning more about teaching science.